Hello everyone, I'm Storm Checker ET meteorologist Austin Haskins. We have been dealing with some more fall-like weather as of late, and we're in for a rather cold night ahead of us tonight into Wednesday morning. Now, you're looking at this map. These are the current frost and freeze alerts we have in place. No more frost or freeze alerts are being issued for the counties in gray, which is basically almost every county in western Wisconsin. The reason for that is because the Midwest Regional Climate Center has deemed that the growing season has ended. Thus, frost and freeze alerts are not needed at this point in the season anymore. However, Buffalo and Trempealeau counties, you are still going to see some frost and freeze alerts, at least for the time being. You guys are under a frost advisory until 9 a.m. Tuesday morning, and then late tonight from 1 a.m. until 9 a.m. Wednesday, you guys are under a freeze warning. And you can see out to the west, we have freeze warnings across southern and central Minnesota. So we officially dropped below freezing in Eau Claire this morning. So we've had our first freeze now. We are 2 weeks past the average first date, which is October 1st. When you look at the climate stats from 1991 to 2020, the latest we've ever had our first freeze was back in 1934 when it occurred just 3 days before Halloween. Now our average first date for a hard freeze, which by definition is 28 degrees or lower for that temperature, is October 13th. That'll likely occur tomorrow morning unless we did drop below 28 degrees or get to 28 degrees or colder this morning. We'll have to wait and see once the official climate data comes out. But otherwise, we will likely have that tomorrow morning, which is just past the average first date. And the reason for that is because a big area high pressure from Canada, it's a pretty strong one at that, is going to be moving in. That is going to draw in some of that Canadian cooler air into our area, and also some dry air as well, so we'll get rid of the clouds that are around this morning. And then tonight, with the clear skies, the calm winds, and the really dry air in place, those dew points well down into the upper teens and low 20s by tonight, that is going to set the stage for those temperatures to really plummet. The only thing that could maybe keep temperatures up a few degrees from the forecast is if we get any clouds. There's going to be hardly any wind, if any at all, so that won't be a factor. It's if we get any sort of cloud cover that may keep temperatures up just a couple degrees, but likely for a lot of us it will be the coldest morning so far of the fall season. But with a southwest wind taking over tomorrow, we're going to warm up pretty nicely. A lot of us back at least closer to average temperature-wise for this time of the year. But then we're going to continue to warm into Thursday as high pressure drifts away to the east. We'll get a south to southwest wind and then a pretty strong low pressure up to the north. The two are in pretty close proximity to each other, and that is going to lead to some pretty strong winds out of the south, which will continue into Friday as well. We could have some wind gusts 30, 35 miles per hour, maybe even isolated gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So your hometown forecast for today, temperatures in the upper 40s east and northeast. Most of us, though, back into the low to mid 50s. And then here's my projected lows for tonight, down mostly in the mid 20s. Maybe farther southwest, we'll see upper 20s. Even some of the colder spots like Black River Falls dropping possibly into the upper teens. Even Phillips, Winter, and Hayward to the north around 20 degrees. And I'm looking at about 26 here in Eau Claire. Now tomorrow, though, we're going to bounce back pretty nicely, as I mentioned, back mid to upper 50s to a few spots at least getting to that 60-degree mark. And then we're looking at lows a little bit warmer tomorrow night, mid to upper 30s, but the cooler spots farther east, likely upper 20s and low 30s. So Thursday morning won't be as cold. And look at the high temperatures on Thursday afternoon. How about mid to upper 60s? Maybe Red Wing getting out towards 70 degrees. It's still low 60s to the east. So it'll be turning warmer. Again, that wind is going to be a little bit of a nuisance, and that'll continue even into the weekend. But look at the temperatures over the weekend. We're going to be talking about a hard freeze tomorrow morning, and then by the weekend, we're looking at high temperatures in the low to even mid 70s.